I am thrilled to announce the next president of Grinnell College, Dr. Raynard Kington.
It is a great pleasure for me to be here today, and thank you for such a warm welcome to the Grinnell community and to this beautiful campus. It feels like I've just announced my engagement to marry into a really, really big and passionate family. I will keep my comments brief. When I began my professional life, it would have been hard to predict that I would be here today, selected to be the next president of this distinguished institution. But I am so happy that my career has led to this place at this time. I feel compelled to acknowledge the special pride I feel as a great-grandson of slaves, to be here today at this institution whose founders were active participants in our country's abolitionist movement. On my wall, I keep a framed original issue of The Liberator, William Lloyd Garrison's abolitionist newspaper, to remind me of the ultimate success of that incredible movement and to remind me of the possibility on days when I need reminding for the world to change. That change may require great courage and creativity, rigorous thinking, hard work, and significant sacrifice, but it can occur. And I know that Grinnell has continued that tradition of commitment to social change to this day. Grinnell has a distinctive place in the community of premier liberal arts colleges in this country because of its dual commitment to liberal arts educational excellence and to social justice. And it is that distinctive identity that drew me to this place, and I have felt home here quickly as I have begun to learn more and more about the school. I share the Grinnell community's deep belief in the value of liberal arts education and helping students to lead better lives both professionally and personally, and helping them to become thoughtful, engaged citizens, and in providing a framework for changing the world around us in ways both big and small. I also believe in the unique place in society held by colleges and universities as places where there can be rigorous, thoughtful probing of ideas, even when those ideas might make us uncomfortable. And I know that the Grinnell community shares that belief as well. I know that the college is one piece, albeit a large piece, of the broader Grinnell community, which actually predates the college, I understand. And I look forward to continuing the tradition of close mutual support between the college and the broader Grinnell community. I, too, would like to thank the Board of Trustees and the Search Committee for their challenging but always thoughtful and respectful and probing discussions with me over the time of their deliberations. There were times when I was reminded of my oral dissertation defense, and as in that circumstance, I was delighted to learn that I'd passed the test. I plan to work hard to validate the confidence you have shown in me by giving me this opportunity. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank my family. First, my partner in life, Dr. Peter Danioglu. Oh, do you believe it? What is your name again? Dr. Peter Daniolos, without whose love and support I would not be here today, and our two sons. You've met 4-year-old Emerson and our 10-month-old Basile, who is home with a cold, but he was here early in the week and he seemed to approve the move. Our boys are still quite young, but I predict that many of you will get to know them well in the coming years, and I'll just stop there. Not here today are... Yes, come on. Not here today are Peter's mother and his late father, Dr. and Mrs. Demetrius Daniolos, who were incredibly supportive to our family, and also my parents, Dr. and Mrs. Garfield Kington, who in so many ways helped direct me to this place in my life in the examples of service to their communities that they set for me. There are so many other people who have helped me over the years that I would like to thank as well. but I will spare you the details and start working my way down that long list in the privacy of my office. But I want to mention a few people, including Dr. Ilyas Zerhouni, most recent director of NIH, from whom I learned so much, my colleagues in the senior leadership positions, especially in a group called Small Staff at NIH, who are the absolute best in the world at what they do. And one other person in particular, the late Dr. Ruth Kirstein. Dr. Kirstein was the deputy director of NIH prior to my taking that position, and she was actually responsible for initially hiring me at NIH. She was a legend at NIH, an outstanding scholar who did pioneering research on the polio vaccine. She was the first woman to direct a research institute at NIH. She was a wonderful mentor and a leading advocate for women and minority scientists in particular. She died several months ago, but I'd like to think that I will be able to call on all that I learned from her in this new position. When I called her husband, Dr. Alan Rapston, who is deputy director of the National Cancer Institute and another legendary researcher, mentor, and leader at NIH, and told him that I was heading to Grinnell and that Ruth would have been the first person I would have called with the news, he immediately noted that when he was considering going to college, that the school had a particularly good reputation for sending students on for medical school. And then he paused and said, "They rejected me. They must be a really good school." I also want to acknowledge the gracious welcome and the offer of counsel and support from President and Mrs. Osgood. It's clear to me, President Osgood, that you have carefully and thoughtfully led this institution during your incredible tenure of 12 years, which is at the very, very high end of the distribution of tenure for college and university presidents these days. I know that you will be a tough act to follow. I will try to meet that challenge, and I plan to take you up on your offer of advice. For the next year or so, I will be on a steep learning curve.
Daddy,
but I know that I can rely on help from all of you.
Daddy, I'm coming right back.
Okay. Never allowed a kid in the act. I know that I can rely on help from all of you, the Grinnell faculty, staff, alumni, and student body, and the broader Grinnell community. Let me end by promising that I will work hard, that I will listen to and learn from all of you, and that I will do my best to earn your trust and respect and support, and to help steer this great institution of learning as it faces the challenges of the 21st century. To the faculty, I will honor and support the delicate balancing act that you engage in daily to do justice to your dual roles as educators and scholars. I know how hard that balancing act is, and from everything I've seen, you do an incredible job. To the entire administrative and support staff, I will work to make sure that you know every day that everyone at this institution contributes to the college's mission. And I will work hard to assure that your contributions are always recognized. To the alumni community, your commitment to the college is widely acknowledged in this community, and I'm looking forward to working with you to continue and strengthen that support in whatever form you may choose to support the school. Finally, to the Grinnell students, I've been so impressed by those of you I have met, and I'm looking forward to meeting each of you, yes, each of you. At a time when our world is full of a seemingly endless array of intractable problems, the need for creative, committed leaders and citizens has never been greater, and the opportunities to contribute to our communities by helping to make our world more just and fair have never been greater. And no matter where your careers may lead, I know that you will carry with you for the rest of your lives the imprint of your Grinnell education in your hearts and minds. You are part of a glorious tradition. You are the essential core of this institution, and I will do whatever I can to help you prepare for whatever the future may hold for you. Thank you again, and I'm looking forward to a great tenure here at Grinnell College.